All right, welcome to the Corvus Belli booth. We're going to be taking a look at Warcrow, the new fantasy skirmish game by Corvus Belli. Here today we have some of the forces from the land of Lindworm. On my left-hand side, we have the northern tribes, the proud, the feral, the noble and strong northern tribes. So if you like your green-skinned, blue-skinned orcs, these are going to be the troops for you. On my right-hand side, I have the Black Legion, the hegemony of Embaseg. We can see a great collection of troops over here. I always like to remind and think that these are kind of like the Legion out of The Witcher. I just love that paint job with the gold and the black. We have Drago, the Anvil, their leader, our Bucklermen, and our War Surgeon, which may be my favorite model in that box. Some of the specific models I have with the orcs, we have the Wiseman. So one of our wizened orcs, it's a great honor in these orc, tribes to be of an age to be able to carry that title. So you can see a great beard on him there. Beside the Wiseman, we have our orc hunters out to prove themselves here on the field of battle today. And then beside that, we have Albork, our orc leader. Not used today, but providing a lovely visual are going to be our Evoker and then our Hegemony Caster. Again, we won't be going into Magic today, but we did want to be able to show off those models as well as some of the Beyond that we have out in the case today. So, any familiarity with our products here before?
Yep.
A little bit. All right, a little bit. Have you played Aristea, Defiance, anything like that?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to be a little bit familiar with our dice. So we'll give you a quick overview. So we're going to be using 6 separate dice here today. So starting with offensive dice, we're going to talk about a little color theory. We're going to think about Roy G. Biv, right? Red, orange, yellow, blue, throughout the range. So red, being my hottest color, is going to be the dice that has the most successes when it comes to wounding your opponent. Followed by my orange, followed by my yellow. The same thing will happen with our green, blue, and black, with green being my most opportunity to defend, followed by blue, and black being the coolest of my colors, right? So this is where we're going to generate all of our successes, all of our failures, and our potential specials, which are going to be our exclamation marks. I do want you to notice that there are 2 types of symbols. I have full ones, which are successes, and I have hollow ones. We'll speak in a little bit more detail, but for the vast majority of troops, that's going to be considered a failure. We do have a troop type called Elite, which has the option to treat that it's filled in, and we'll talk about that when we get there. So let's talk about getting the game started in the scenario today. So as winter has settled into the lands of Lindworm and the high peaks, the orc tribes have come down out of the mountains looking for fertile grounds to be able to hunt and gain food for their people. The hegemony of Embaseg on patrol finds them outside of a homestead and is prepared to engage them. So with you gentlemen today, do the northern tribes speak to any of you? All right, so we have our orc player here. All right, and your name, sir?
John.
John, welcome here today. And are you going to be playing my...
I'm watching
I'm the Empire.
All right, you're going to be playing Empire here for me today. What's your name, sir?
Sasha.
Sasha, really appreciate it. My name is James. I'm really happy to have you here in the booth today. So we're going to go ahead and give you your commander here. And I want you to take Albork, and we're going to talk a little bit about their profiles. The first thing we're going to notice looking at their cards, to the right-hand side of that lovely profile, we can see a scar there, I'm going to see 3 pips, 1, 2, 3. This is the command points of that commander. This is going to be his efficacy leading his troops on the field of battle. Tell me, how many pips does Albork have? 3. This means that they are an evenly matched commander, so there's not going to be any advantage or disadvantage. A standard initiative roll in Warcrow will consist of 1 orange die and 1 yellow die. Should we have had an advantage between one of the 2 commanders, we would have provided you with another dice to make the roll to show your superior tactical abilities. So I'm going to have each of you roll 1 orange, 1 yellow, so we can determine who has initiative. All right, we have 2 successes here. We have 1 success here, 1 fill, 1 hollow. So the hegemony is going to have the choice. Do you want to go first or do you want to go second?
Always go first.
Always go first. I like that aggressive attitude. So today we are going to be playing 3 rounds. Each round is going to consist of 2 turns. So we're going to mark that on the tracker here to help us keep track of that. One other thing I will notice on the tracker is we do have an event at the top of turn 1. We're going to get to that. Now, as a player at home, you're going to know what that is already from the campaign guide, but as you don't have the book, I'm going to be your book, your consigliere, and your storyteller for today's narrative. Are you guys ready to roll some dice and have fun?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, very good. So, starting out with our profiles, we're going to use the Bucklerman here on this side, and we can compare that out to our Orc Hunters on this side. So when I go to move my units here in Warcrow, we're going to be able to divide that into 2 activations. So I can do a move and a skill, a move and an attack, or a move followed by a move. Now, the first thing I see there, and my move value is 3-3. Now, what does that mean? Unlike some other war games which use a measuring tape, we're going to use a measuring widget, and these are going to measure strides. This comes from, inspired by Strider from Lord of the Rings, right? So we like that, being able to translate that out here to English for us. So if I am activating my Bucklermen with their 3-3 movement, we are going to move 3 strides. Now, what does that look like on the table? I will select my leader, and that leader is denoted by the standard on his back. I will simply place the measuring tool at the front of the base and move the leader to the other side. To finish that first half of movement, I will again go 3 and move over to there. And it's important to break that up. If I had just measured 6, I would have shorted myself 2 strides of movement, right? Once I have moved the leader, to resolve that movement then, I will take any of my troopers from that unit and place them as long as they are within 2 strides of the leader. And they could be up front of him. Everything is measured from this person.
So if I wanted to take that objective, I could just put them within 2 strides and have them touching it?
Only the leader can claim an objective. Now in this situation, the leader is within 3 strides, which is your control zone of your troops. So excellent question. Okay.
Do you have to move in a straight line for each move?
For those 3, yeah, they won't curve. So it'll be 3 straight, followed by another 3 straight. Good question. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move them back to their starting position. The other thing I noticed there on my movement card is there is a value located in brackets. In the case of the Bucklerman, it is 9. This is the charge value of the unit. So to engage in combat, I must either declare an assault, which is a long skill, or declare a charge, which is a long skill. If I charge, I can move up to 9 strides with the unit and end in base to base with an enemy model. I am then in close combat. An assault is 1 movement followed by an attack. So far, so good?
Oh yeah.
All right. Last bit of the profile here we're looking at today. W is the wounds. So for our Bucklerman, each model in the troop has 2 wounds. So if I take 2 damage to that unit, I will remove 1 Bucklerman from the table and place it on the bridge today. WP is our willpower. That is represented by a dice, right? So in the case of the Bucklermen, they use an orange die when determining morale checks. Morale is 1. They can expend 1 stress point and be stressed once before suffering the negative effects of morale. And AVB is availability for army building. We won't go into that today, but just so we're aware. One other thing I do want to note here for you is that you do have the flexibility in the full game to be able to combine units together. So where we see the War Surgeon does have an individual profile, if I were to attach her to my Bucklerman unit, we simply attach her as a rider to the unit, which allows her to modify it.
Cool.
All right? So for today, we will keep the War Surgeon separate, and we'll keep the Bucklermen on their own. I think with that, we've covered a lot of the basics. We've covered how to control an objective being within 3, and we'll keep track of that each round. We'll score that. And lastly, I want to point out, my red objectives are for military objectives, so a strategic victory. If you control the blue one, you're working towards an arcane victory. So there are multiple paths to advance the narrative in the box set we will be releasing at Gen Con, which not only teaches you the game, but takes you through a narrative experience in the land of Lindworm. All right, Team Green, you ready?
Yeah, always.
Team Empire, you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's begin. So to activate a unit, I'm going to give you a Delta, an activation token. You will place it on the unit that you wish to begin the game by activating.
Okay, let's go with the Bucklerman.
We're going to go with the Bucklerman, okay? We have a measurement tool, and we'll begin measuring movement using the leader. right, so he is now moving his remaining bucklerman to within 2 strides of the leader. With that, we've completed the first half of the activation of this model. Would you like to move forward again?
So I could go 3-3 again?
Yes. Yeah, that's where we want to divorce your knowledge from infinity. That's the number one thing that trips people up making that conversion.
No.
Okay.
I will have them stay there.
So he's going to be cautious and see what kind of happens as we move along here.
Yes.
I wasn't going to put that out there, but maybe.
Coward.
How would our northern tribes like to respond? Who are we activating first? Let's give you an activation token.
All right, we'll go with the hunters.
Hunters are activating.
All right, there's 3-2. Which one's the leader? This guy?
It's the one with the tusks here on his back.
Oh, all right.
I can't believe you didn't think the guy with the awesome tusks.
Come on, that's shameful. He has a big sword.
That's shameful display.
These guys are a little bit slow.
And this is probably one of my favorite things for movement, that I'm not individually measuring each trooper. I can get the one in and then fit people around, especially on a board that's a little bit tighter. It makes it easier for me. All right. We've moved up the first half. Would you like to take a second activation, or was someone
So what are my options? I can move?
Yeah, you can
pretty
move.
much it,
Yeah, you can move again.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have a ranged attack. On this particular table, we only have one gentleman with a ranged weapon today, since our casters are off on the sideboard currently.
You only need to do that for the leader.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So you can just...
What is there?
Yeah.
John, you already
You have a
forgot the
second
roll.
move.
Dude, I'm so
you go
bad.
another
You have a
two.
second
I'm so bad at games. All right.
We know.
So now what we see is we have our Orc Hunters moving in to contest with the Bucklermen the arcane objective. All right, so we have now each completed one activation, so we have completed the first turn of the first round. Now we said when I was setting up that there's something at the top of this turn that's going to happen. From the high peaks up in the mountains, a cold wind begins to crawl down into the fertile valley. The snow starts slow at first, building in intensity and volume until it's a whiteout, freezing orc and human skin alike. But this isn't just a normal storm. There's something off, something wicked in the air. I need each of your troops to pass a willpower check. Before the hegemony does, I want you to read out the second skill on Drago's profile. What is it?
Inspiring leadership. All allied units may use your willpower instead of theirs.
Okay, what is Drago's willpower?
Orange, yellow.
Okay.
All right.
They listen to their boss.
First mistake.
I need another orange. I think you took them all.
I did take one.
All right.
So I will roll for the War Surgeon first.
Okay, sure. Working through.
She
One
passes.
success. She's good.
I will roll for Drago.
Drago's up.
He will
Got a success.
pass, and then I will roll for the Bucklerman.
Okay.
And they will
Success.
pass.
All right. So all good here in the hegemony. Let's do the same thing for the orcs.
All right.
Now we do need to pay attention to them because they are using different ones. So for example, Alborg will use 2 orange.
All right.
They will use 1 orange, and the Wiseman will use an orange and a yellow.
So here's Albark.
It's got a success.
All right. Here's the hunters.
Success. Oh, so far so good. He's making this look easy.
It is easy.
Just roll better.
All right, yeah.
Congratulations, second day of the con. You are my first game to run through without anybody being caught up in the snowstorm.
We're so good at this.
Now, hypothetically, had someone have failed to roll, they would have had a slow token applied to their profile, which would have forced them to use only their second move value when moving and halving their charge distance until they were activated again in a move order, after which we would discard that state and they would be free to move on their
That'd
own.
make these guys very slow with their second move of 2.
Yeah, they would just move 2, and then if they activate again, we'd go 2 again.
So they would have to move 2 then.
Correct.
That's slow.
All right, but nobody's impacted by that. So with that being said, we're back to Embersec.
Okay.
Now, we could activate a unit that has been activated before, or I could choose to spend a stress to try to force march my Bucklerman if I wanted to activate them again.
No, I want to shoot it
Okay.
with Drago.
So, first things first, are you within shooting range, or do we need to move him
We need
first?
to move first.
Okay.
If we check range, is it the 8 there?
Yep. Yeah, 8 is
Are
his.
you allowed
is his
to check?
Yeah, you can measure at any time.
So he's 13 away, so I could not shoot at him
Okay.
right now.
But you do have 2 short skills you can do,
Yes.
so you could take a move first.
I will activate him, and then I will move 2, and then 3.
All right. So Drago the Anvil strides confidently coat in the wind behind him as he approaches with his pistol.
Toes into cover, peeking out, infinity style. You can't break
It's
your
a
habit.
habit.
I can always tell who's an Infinity player depending on how they put their models out. All right, so when we take a look, are we within 8?
Yes.
All right, so we are within 8. When we take a look at his ranged attack on the card, we are going to denote a bow showing that it is a ranged attack, and it has a value of 8, which is 8 strides on the distance. This attack will consist of 1 yellow die rolled, and you will automatically receive 1 success regardless of the result of the roll.
Alrighty.
The defense of the Orc Hunters we're going to find on the card. We will see that here is listed there by the castle. It's going to be 1 green and 2 black die.
Wow, they're tough.
I mean, yeah, it's one guy with a pistol. I mean, he hits.
All right, so we have
So
a
2
success
successes.
there.
2 successes
Yep.
so far.
Gang, gang.
All right. So the first thing we're going to do is, since you are the aggressor, I'm going to check to see if we have any switches. Switches are used these special to activate things. Underneath his ranged attack, he does not have one, so we don't have any switches to activate here. Now, because it is a ranged attack, you will not have a switch that you can activate in your defense here for this. So do we have any blocks?
I have a hollow block.
How to hollow, we don't have any skills that allow us to convert that. So you're going to take 2 wounds since we didn't have any successful blocks. An orc has 2 wounds, so you will remove 1 member from that unit and place them on the bridge.
Headshot.
So, question about measuring range. Is it any model in the unit or the leader?
Any model in the unit.
Okay. So the unit placement, the rest of the unit still matters.
Yep.
It's just the measurement front.
Absolutely.
the measured front damage.
All right. So we
did 2 damage. How did
Because it starts with 1
It just
damage.
has a-
So he's like not a terrible shot. He's always going to hit you a little bit. All right.
we notice our heroic characters. Not only can they handle more stress, they're used to heroic acts. So Albork as well is going to have some much more
in
aggressive
melees.
rolls here as they take a look
He
at
gets
it.
an auto hit, switch, and attack, and then
All right.
he rolls his dice and another auto hit. That's a lot of stuff.
Wow.
So we have activated 2 units now on the hegemony side. Who would you like to activate next?
Who's this?
The Wiseman?
The Wiseman.
Okay.
All right, so he's moved 2, 3.
All right. So bring it in. Again, keep an eye on where your objectives are. Okay.
All right.
Do you wish to activate him again for the second half?
No, I think I'm good. Yeah, he's just gonna hang out.
All right. Very good. At this point in time, you have each activated 2 units. We've completed 2 turns. So we're almost ready to go to round 2. This is where I want to talk about the no man left behind rule. This means any model that is not activated during the round may take a free movement forward up into the field of battle. So in this case, it would be the War Surgeon, and over here, it would be Alborg.
All right. So that's 1 free move.
Yep.
in there. Which is a 3 and a 3.
Yes, sir.
So you actually get to play with all of your models.
Yeah,
in the
you don't
game.
get things left behind. Very cool.
No soldiers left behind.
No cheerleaders.
The other
powering
thing
you
during this phase, I want you to take a look at your War Surgeon's passive ability. Right here, you want to read that out loud for me?
During the no one gets left behind step, the allied units that are within 5 strides at any moment heal 1. So she could just walk past a bunch of people in
Yeah.
no one left behind and heal everybody she walks by.
Yes.
That's super cool.
Very much. So we'll keep that in mind during this
Yep.
phase. Now that we've completed no one left behind,
Could she revive people with that?
no, we cannot
once
revive.
they're
Only
dead?
taking off wounds. Good
There we go.
question. All right, now at the end of the turn, I want you to remove all activation tokens from your troop. If you had any stress, we would reduce stress by 1. Nobody has any right now. So we are now ready to reset the board here for round 2. So take a look at it here real quick. Measuring control zones. The hegemony definitely controls that one. We're going to call you the blue team today.
Cool.
They're contesting here. They're contesting here. So when
Could
we
I
take,
have used Drago's Anvil skill to give these guys 2 extra conquest value? Mm-hmm. So would that make me hold that objective?
well, that's what we're going to take a look at. Right now, your conquest value is 2. Their conquest value is 1. So you will also take the center objective
No,
currently.
I don't even have to use
You're
the
just
special
doing
rules.
so well,
I'm
don't
a gamer.
And then over here, the northern tribes will control this one. And again, this is going to change round by round,
Yeah.
but this to visually give you an idea of what's going on. So with that being said, we're going to come back to the hegemony.
Yes.
It is your turn to
Yes.
activate here on turn 3.
Okay. Let's get stuck in. I want Drago to charge his orcs.
All right.
This is turn 2.
No, this is round
So,
2, turn
Round
3.
2, turn 3.
Yep.
His charge is the charging is a long action, right?
Yep, it's a long skill. He'll have 8 strides.
So he makes it.
Yep.
Boop.
And again, you can, as long as he comes in any contact with the unit, you've successfully measured that. All right. So now I want to talk about another mechanic, where I'm going to give you a choice. I love giving players choices. So one of the things you've heard me talk about is stress. When we take a look at the cards, we're going to see that there's a little energy symbol there. That means if I expend stress, I can receive a success and a special to add to my roll. Would you like to gamble a little bit and try to put a little bit of
100%.
Spanish on that roll?
Yes.
Okay. The green marker here will represent his stress. Go ahead and place that on top of his card.
He's stressed.
Okay.
He went to school too much.
So we will be making that roll versus the defense of the Orc Hunters. Now again, you are 3 or more, so you are still using your top stat line. If you take another casualty, you will degrade to the second profile.
So I get a red, a yellow, and a green.
This guy's money. Jesus.
Yep, yeah, the heroes hit like trucks.
I'm gonna slaughter your dirty orcs. So do I roll first?
You can roll simultaneously.
Okay.
All right.
That's not great.
It's not bad though, we're gonna talk about that. Okay, so the first thing we wanna do, you heard me talk earlier about elite troops, right?
Yes.
And I noticed that he has the elite keyword. That means anything that's hollow, he can treat as being filled in.
Oh.
Right, so
that's actually pretty good
1,
then.
2, 3, 4 successes right out the gate.
Yep.
Now, because you attacked first, I'm going to give you the option to use your specials. So right now you've got 2 of those, so you can choose to use that to give your target the vulnerable state. The vulnerable state means that he would have to pick up one of his dice that he just rolled and pitch it for the purposes of resolving. But he gets to choose.
Okay. Is there anything else I can do with switches or just that?
Just that on this particular
Okay, I'll
roll.
do it, but you just pick up one of your empty dice.
Now watch your specials here. See if that's something you want to do. So one thing orcs are known for is they will let you stab them sometimes just to get a better opportunity to stab you in the
back.
belly. So they'll give up their own lives to deal damage to you.
So then is that a hollow shield? Or is that a full?
Yep. So with this one over here, this is going to be a full shield. You can ditch the shield to add a wound to your roll.
Oh, okay.
So
So you can
he
trade
can
your
choose to
shields.
turn both of those into wounds.
Okay.
Right now you do have 1 block. So
Yes.
he could even with your block, he could get rid of both those to deal a wound to you, but then he would take all the damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would have these switches don't do anything.
Not for this trooper on this profile.
Okay, got it.
Yep, so we match up his defense, we go straight down. That's the switch he can use
If
on
he
that.
had like switching things there.
So do you want to deal 1 wound to me in exchange for taking 2 more damage or not?
I need 2 wounds too, right?
No, because I have a block, so I would block the first one.
Oh. I will. So how many damage you do?
So I have 4 successes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. So either lose 2 dudes or 1 dude.
Yes.
I will do damage back to you.
Okay, so I take 1 wound.
Yep, so you'll go ahead and
you
take
lose
1
2
wound marker
fellas.
here.
Man, that's deadly.
It is. But this can build up over time. I'll be curious to see how this play out. So a couple of things are going to happen now. So we've lost the combat, so the orcs are going to be pushed back 1 move value. So just that first one. So go ahead and move him back 3 for me. We're going to place a stress token on them because they lost a combat.
You might not want to move him there.
And
Oh yeah.
we have to test because now they've lost over half their troopers to see if they are demoralized. Go ahead and roll a orange to see if the troop is going to stand its ground. Okay, it's successful. He is not going to flee the field of battle. You have a choice. You can pursue and remain in combat locked in with them, or you can let him back off for free.
Back off.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya.
All right, so
That was
we've
mean.
resolved here our first combat up close, right? We've seen that. We're going to go back to the northern tribes now. How would you like to respond to that?
I'm charging this guy.
All right, with the Wiseman. Go ahead and put an activation token on the Wiseman for me.
Heyo. Long time no see, dude. Are you still X-Winging? Hell yeah.
Charges.
We're just doing a demo here for Warcrow.
9. So he's gonna come in here.
All right, charging in the Wiseman, howling in anger.
Yeah.
Mad.
It's pretty spooky too, huh?
That big old club.
All right, and just like we were talking over there, he does have the opportunity, if you want, to spend a stress token to add a red die and a special to his roll.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's an option? What?
Yeah.
John here's add dice.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
So,
All right.
John's always stressed.
Always. Yeah.
So before we get into that, so he's attacking you. So your standard defense is going to be 2 blues in an automatic block. You could choose to add another stress to your profile to add a green die to your roll. What's your choice?
My stress count is 3, so if I get to 3, I get sad.
After 3, we have to start testing your morale.
At 3 or after?
After.
Okay, I'll take stress. I don't want to get hurt.
All right, so we'll go and let you roll.
What's up?
Just let me hit you.
No. Getting hurt is bad for your health.
All right, so pretty good rolls here.
Yeah, that's a good one there.
So we're going to begin with our aggressor. With your roll, is there any switches on your profile you would like to activate?
So, do I get to use the hollow?
So he is not an elite troop, so
Alright.
he does not get to convert any.
Cool.
But you added a switch.
So you have an auto
Yeah.
switch.
Okay, so I'm gonna give him vulnerable.
Okay, so you're going to pick up one of these die. You got to pitch it for the exchange.
Okay, don't you also get a bonus red die that you didn't roll?
I did roll it.
You started with 1, you should have 2.
Stressed
There you go.
Oops.
That's a good friend looking out for you.
Okay, so I have to lose one of my dice.
Yep. So
I don't have any switches or anything,
yeah,
so
no
I
switches
just
on
get rid
defense.
of my worst die.
All right, so you're going to have 3 blocks in right now.
4
How-
blocks.
Oh, true, you have 4 blocks. All right, so he's got 4 blocks right now. How many
You have
successes
5
do we have
hits
over
on
here?
me.
5.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So 1 wound is going to go through. Go ahead and put another token here on
That's
it.
2 wounds now.
All right, we're going to put a stress on him because he lost to combat.
Yes.
He's going to be pushed back.
Yes. He goes back 2 because his first move
Yep.
is 2.
And then does the Wiseman want to follow?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and lock the Wiseman back up as they're pushing back and forth over the objectives in a scrum.
All right.
All right, we've activated once on each side. Now the Anvil, while he's not doing terrible on wounds, he's starting to show some exhaustion here. He's up against his limits. Who do we want to activate next?
I want to activate my War Surgeon.
All right, War Surgeon's going to activate.
I want to do first aid.
All right, so we declare first aid.
I am within 5.
Okay, what's your second half going to be?
Can I first aid again?
No, just once. Do
Um,
you want to move anywhere?
I was just pretty happy where she is.
Okay, so move 0. So let's go ahead and test your first aid for me.
So it's a red and an orange.
Yep. So for first aid, the target allied unit within 5 strides, you can reduce 1 the target state stress. Roll 1 red, 1 orange. You may heal 1 wound from the target per each success obtained. You may apply the switch special to reduce 1 the target stress.
Alrighty. Big money, no whammies.
All right.
That's some big money, no whammies.
So we've got 2 successes there.
So I get to remove 1 stress automatically.
Yep.
1 stress per switch and heal 2 wounds.
Yes, sir.
So all of his stress and all of his wounds are gone.
John, dude, your orc's looking like he's in trouble.
There you go.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
worked real hard for that.
Second activation for our orcs.
All right. So I can.
Stress out your Wiseman and just keep trying to punch me.
Now, for us to do it though, he's up against the limit. We'd have to start testing.
Message me. Let's
What if, do you want to consider maybe bringing out Borkin, your big
That's
guns?
what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can't charge because I don't have a straight line,
Correct.
right? So I would have to move, which would be here. Okay. And
good.
then I just get another move. Right?
Yep. Yeah, you can move again.
Okay.
Setting yourself up for your next activation.
Is there a minimum distance that he has to keep from my dudes?
He just can't be in base with you.
Okay.
So infinitely.
They're not engaged.
Yes.
All right. So at this point in time, we have each activated twice. So now we go to what phase?
No man left behind.
No man left behind. So you're going to activate anybody that hasn't activated this turn. You go ahead and move them up into the combat,
Do you have to move them directly in any direction?
up into the field,
Sorry?
advancing into the field.
Okay, so like I could move him this way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm gonna have my War Surgeon just hang out in the back. She's vibing.
It's not your orcs, it's
It's these
Oh,
two
it's
guys.
these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just chilling. Actually, because I can't have them move back, can I?
No.
So then they're chilling.
All right, so we're happy with that. Let's take a look. We have abandoned this objective here. We are in
Sean,
contention
you forgot to play the mission.
here.
Ah! The mission is killed.
Now, Alborg has a conquest value of 0. He has a value of 1. They have a value of 2. He's going to maintain control there, and he's going to maintain control here. So a very solid turn for our hegemony.
Jiminy King.
Embersick OP.
All right, let's begin our final turn. So upkeep, remove 1 stress from each unit. Remove all of our activation tokens. And we'll begin our final round.
Alrighty. How to kill things.
We need to glue that piece back, James.
I'm going to have Dragoslav activate and attempt to slaughter his Wiseman.
Okay. So Drago is already engaged with the Wiseman, so we don't need to declare a charge or anything like that. So we're going to begin with an attack. Do you want to expend any stress?
Yes, I will be stressing myself out.
All right, expending 1 stress on Drago. We're going to be rolling 2 reds, 2 yellows, a green, and receiving an automatic success and special.
Stress adds a red.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
All right, let's gather them all up. Very, very nice looking roll over here.
Sasha, you're broken.
I will
right.
vulnerabilize you.
All right, so we're using 2 of our special to give him the vulnerable trait. That means that we will have John remove 1 here from
Can
the
I
table.
vulnerabilize him again because
No,
I have
just the
ones?
ones. Just
I can't
the
do it
ones.
once.
Yep.
Makes sense.
All right,
So I have 2 blocks.
you have 2 blocks. Do you wish to use any of your specials?
Why
Your
is
switches.
I don't think I have.
Nothing on defense. All right.
Alrighty, in that case I have 4 successes.
All right, so we're going to deal 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds to the Wiseman. How many wounds
I
does
have
the
2
Wiseman
blocks.
have? Oh, I'm sorry, 2 blocks. All right, so we deal 2 wounds to the Wiseman.
Okay, so hanging in there. I got 1 wound left.
1 wound left. All right, so next, he lost the combat, so he's going to receive a stress token.
Okay.
He's going to be pushed back, and then we're going to test his morale.
He's old.
Would you like to pursue?
No.
All right. Go ahead and make a willpower test for me. 1 orange, 1 yellow. We'll see if the unit breaks.
It does. 'Cause that's a hollow. That's a hollow.
No, it's a full one. It's just
Is it a-
yeah.
okay.
This is just one of my dice here that's worn a little bit.
Okay.
So many people are demoing
Yep.
dice.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, yeah, this is the hollow.
Cool.
All right.
All right. So he's going to
Yeah.
run, but he's not in great shape right now. All right, we're going to go back to the northern tribes.
All right.
What is our next activation? We've got 2
Charging
left.
right here.
All right, so Albork goes into the
Yeah.
bucklerman. All right, so we haven't seen Albork yet here in this combat. So we'll start off. He's probably one of your most aggressive units. Do you want to spend anything on this attack?
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to expend 1 stress token here on Albork. That is going to be adding 1 success and 1 special to him.
Okay.
Is that a black? Yeah, it's a black. You're probably going to need some of these.
No,
Oh, that's it? Oh, you're just hit some auto hits. That's abysmal.
All right. Now remember, Alborg does have the elite keyword, so any of our hollow successes count as full ones since we're taking a look at it. And beginning with the aggressor, do you have any switches that you'd like to use? And you do have a laundry list of stuff here.
Yeah. Okay, so I need a hollow switch to do this, right? To get into the purple.
Which one? So,
The middle one.
yep, that would be a hollow one. Yep.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to spend the hollow here
Okay.
to give
You also have that.
Oh yeah, I'll spend the hollow that I just get for free. Oh no, I do have 2 switches. So I'm going to do 2 switches to cancel 1 block and add a hit to my roll.
Okay, so you cancel a block.
Right here, so we'll take that off. So you add another success to your roll. Is there anything else you have enough switches to do?
Yeah, I'm going to make him have 1 stress.
Okay.
Well, that's.
That would
you have the
spend your
hollow.
bid. That would spend the hit. If you
Spends a
want.
hollow.
Yeah, but I have it.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that cancels it, right? It's expensive.
Yeah, it means that you won't have it to use.
So
Okay.
I still have 3 hits.
Do you have any specials
Yes, I will
that you have
convert
to
this
use?
into a block
Okay.
using my.
Very good. So we have 1 block currently versus how many successes?
3.
3. 3 minus 1 is going to be 2. We will remove 1 bucklerman from the
And 1
combat.
extra donation. Because you did that one.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
four.
so I do that, and I have
1
one,
red token. Yep, you got it.
and then I fall back.
You fall back. You also take a stress from losing the combat.
Yes.
I was wondering why you had the hollow. I didn't want to wait for you to spend it specifically.
Yeah, that's
on
cool.
stress. That is interesting. Mechanically, that is
Run, Sasha.
He was taking,
He'll be
and
fine.
And because our bucklermen have now exceeded their morale and stress, they will now test their willpower to see if they fall.
Orange, yellow.
And he's using a willpower other than his own because of the anvil special ability. We have a success, so they're good. They will stay. Do you want to pursue with Alborg?
No, I'm going to the objective.
All right, love it. All right, final activation of the hegemony. What are we doing?
Ooh, Sasha.
Our bucklermen aren't in great shape.
No, they don't want to fight. They're chilling. The question is, so if I activated him again, he would take a stress on that,
Yeah,
right?
you have to spend a stress just to activate him again.
So much spin.
For the Ember Sig, I'm gonna charge your Wiseman.
Yeah.
Finish him off. Slaughter those Wiseman.
Do it.
All right.
So I did it. I charged you.
So spending another stress to activate Drago, the anvil again.
Can I stress my dude too?
Let's see, where you
I'm
at?
fighting your Wiseman.
Yeah, I know.
He's already at 2
You
stress.
can, but you're gonna have to test to see if he's gonna do anything.
Oh, like immediately.
Yeah.
If you go over
Yeah.
the stress, you gotta do all
Yeah, because he may not be game for this.
All right, I'm doing it.
He's really stressed out.
All right.
So I do that now.
Yep,
right?
do it now because it'll determine.
So he's gone.
No, so he's gonna just be there, and then he's running for the board edge after this. You're still gonna attack him.
Does he get to roll now or
No.
not? Oh, so I just get a free hit on
He's
it.
just panicking. Yep.
So I'm red, yellow, yellow, green. I don't think I want to stress my guy out any further. Then again, that'd be funny.
Do it.
All right.
I'm just gonna kill you.
All misses.
I got you. You're very dead.
Yeah, I am.
So
very
1,
dead.
2, 3, 4, 5,
And I give you
6.
vulnerable.
6 damage.
No, I did not stress. So
Oh,
I
it's
don't.
true.
Yeah,
True.
but I still
Well,
saw
there's still plenty.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Gotcha.
Now,
I barely go down.
He almost made it.
last activation for the Northern Tribes.
All right, I'm gonna have Warcrow again. I'm gonna
Okay.
stress him.
All right. He's fine. He's got 3 morale.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go here. Sergeant.
Yeah.
No line of sight, right? It's all 360.
Yeah, 360 line of sight. Absolutely. Now remember, with charging, you can choose to re-roll, but your attack, but then you keep the result whether it's better or worse.
All right, I'm gonna stress him. When I hit the limit, do I test?
No, if we go to exceed.
So I am gonna stress him again.
Okay. So he's stressing. He's all in, pushing to the center of the table.
Yeah.
And I will stress my guy out as well. Lost the die.
Hey, you should be stressed.
Yeah. I think we ran out of stress tokens.
We can borrow from Wiseman. He's no.
Oh, he's dead. He no longer needs them.
Boy.
All right. So we'll begin with our
Not
attacker.
super.
Do you have any switches you would like to activate?
Sure do. I'm going to cancel 1 block and add a hit
Okay.
using 2 switches.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend my hollow to give him 1 stress.
Okay, do I take a stress test now because I went to 4?
At the resolution.
Okay.
So for the purpose of this, we won't get into it here today. But if we were continuing on, it would be important.
Does
Okay.
your life get worse if you're like stressed
So I have
high?
1 block in the end.
All right.
And you had
1, 2, 3 hits.
4.
No,
4
didn't
hits.
you-
I did the special.
Yeah, he did. He has the
Okay,
1
right,
built in.
right,
So I blocked 1 of them with my built-in block.
So taking 3
3
damage.
wound damage, so I'm down to 1 health.
I
All
did
right.
4. I canceled the block.
And then I fall back because I lost.
Yeah, we got it.
So I'm gonna go back to here.
Okay. All right. At this point in time,
So would I have, because I lost, I took an extra. Do I now take 2 stress tests or just 1 if we were to
you
continue?
would take 1.
Okay.
Yep.
But you do take a stress test.
You do, because
Yeah.
it's still like the
I lost the
resolution.
fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I worked hard for this. I want
did.
you to fail.
You're a winner.
Dude, get out of here.
I passed.
Damn it.
Yeah, they pass. All right. So taking a quick look, the orcs are going to control center objective. Emberseg is going to control the military objective.
Is there a no man left behind phase at the end of the
There
season
is.
before?
Yep. There is. So
Does scoring happen before the no man left behind phase?
after. All right. So for right now, we've gone through the 3 rounds here. We're going to end in a military victory for the hegemony, and we're going to have an arcane victory for the Northern Tribes. Let's talk a little bit about what that means.
No one loses in Warcrow.
Dude, I'm so good at magic.
Oh, I
This is
could've
going to
just-
build into the
No, I
box
could- no,
release
because he
in
pushed me
Gen
back,
Con.
yeah.
It's going to have narrative
If he
missions,
followed
each
me
one that
up,
kind of lets
then
us
you'd
know
still have it.
about how that
cute.
story advances
That's
as we
cute that
go
the Alborg
through.
has, like,
So let's
no
talk about how
control.
this battle ended.
Yeah, that is interesting.
I like that.
So for the military victory of the hegemony, the hegemony's strategy is precise and effective
Wait,
as
we got the
usual.
magic victory.
No, that's
Oh no, this is military. That's the magic.
Yep.
Yeah.
The tribes are forced to abandon the farm. The Black Legion has secured a good settlement for the night. The Bucklermen investigate the surroundings and soon find the trail of the orcs, which leads them to the location of their camp. The Legion will not
beat up
be
your
caught
camp.
by surprise again. However, the Evoker immediately notices that there is a magical force contained in a broken vase in the center of the encampment. After spending some time examining it, she informs Alborg that the object is the key that will open the door to victory for the tribes of the North.
Yeah.
Help
You bet.
is always welcome, even if it's supernatural in nature.
Absolutely.
To be continued in our next mission.
And then I heal Drago. First
So, guys-
activation, heal Drago to full.
What did you enjoy about the game today?
Healing Drago. I love that. I love the
that-
doctor's actually working.
That
It's so
ended
nice.
up being very big for you
Yeah.
too, right? If
I-
that hadn't happened, you would have lost him about a turn earlier.
Yeah.
What did you
He
think?
barely survived.
I like that you can hit back like while you're defending. I think that's very fun.
And I think that's something that's a little bit unique to the orcs too, right? We didn't see a similar mechanic over here with the hegemony.
Yeah.
So it's something stylistically you start looking for on the switches.
Yeah, that's very cool.
How did you feel about the strides? Is it fairly intuitive, easy to use?
Works fine to me.
Okay.
And the fact is, like, you can also just do it with the tape measure.
Yeah.
If you really need to.
Yeah.
But you do miss out on the base.
No, you know
Yeah,
if you
can.
know how you just be like, oh, you win this
Yeah.
many.
And one stride is 15 millimeters,
Yeah, right.
right?
That's
If
easy
you break it down,
Yeah.
right? So it was a pleasure having you each here today. I do have a couple of goodies to send you home with.
Yeah, now I can get that and
So we'll be sending you home
So
each
fun.
with one of our bucklermen for you to paint and
Yes.
prepare out for release.
Bucklermen.
So we'll have that out at Gen Con. We'll have our battle box released. And if you take a look over at our glass case, we'll have not only the battle box contents, but the Beyond, which is going to have 6 models, 3 for each of the factions we'll
The
release.
pickaxe dwarves with guns.
Yeah, the pickaxe guns are great. And then also our sharpshooter.
They were
But
nasty.
dude, just the doctor like doing so much work because now she could do no weapon behind, heal both of these, and then for my first activation, I could heal this guy back to full.
Sasha
You nerd.
is already fixing Warcrow. He's got
He
a
found-
strategy.
he found
already
Pavarti.
off the demo.
It's Parvati, but even cooler.
Very cool.
And I mean, hey, if the War Surgeon is the best model,
Thank
that's
you
the
so
best
much,
model.
man. Thank you for the demo. You've been awesome.
Thank you. It's a
All right,
pleasure.
check it out.
Yeah.